Barely got away. That's all you do, Jima. Yeah, I'm not surprised. As we've established over the course of this, you don't fight anything. You don't seem to have a purpose. I do appreciate you giving us our health back early on in the game, though, in that first battle. Nope. Sage Jacques has spoken of the mana tree in the Pure Land at the world's end. Hidden under a dense cloud barrier, but the fortress is consuming the last of the world's mana, so it's now accessible. And more importantly, it has some of the best music in the game. I'm very much looking forward to it. Find the tree, instantly revive the mana sword. Let's do it. Alright. Beware. So yeah, I'm not going there. Double cross the Emperor. What are they up to? I don't know. Alright. Let's find Nico. Gotta hug the back of the palace here. Good luck. Not until I give you 200 grand. You greedy little cat. But it's worth it for the vest guards. Oh, 65,000. Excuse me. Yeah, these are very expensive. Good lord. But it's the best purchasable armor in the game, and it's a huge jump up from what we were just wearing. We can get 3 needle helms. We can't get 3 gauntlets, so let's buy the needle helms. 1 for everybody. That's just silly. You greedy little cat. But I can't fault you. You make one heck of an armor set. Alright, so the helmet that we just picked up, twice as good as the duck helm, as you'd expect. Kind of looks like a rhinoceros head, but there you go. And battle suit 139 goes to 240, so almost a 100% increase in defensive abilities here. And let's give Blairy theirs. We're all matching. She couldn't wear the battle suit. Oh, she could wear the battle suit. Excuse me, I misspoke. That's why she was still on the magical armor as far as I just couldn't afford it earlier. But regardless, she was on the magical armor, which she gets from some of the drops of the knights who were at the start of this place. But she's got the vest guard now. Huge boost for her. She's got the helmet. And can't forget Professor. There we go. We might be able to buy 1 of those crazy priced armbands by selling off all our old stuff. We'll see. Let's see. That's not worth much, the old helmets. We probably had a chance. That one's worth quite a bit more. I think we bought those on the Resistance. Whatever it was, that one place. 7,600. Not too shabby. 20 grand. There you go. Actually, I think we can buy 2 of those bracelets now. I'll give those to the magic casters since I'm not controlling them as actively. There you go, 2 gauntlets. Not gonna buy anything else here. I think you've done all right for yourself, Nico. I think you're good. If that's all right with you. Hey, it's our buddy Sergo from the Sand Ship. Nice. Gotta be nice if he was there to give us a some sort of upgrade. Some orb, but not the case. Just for the effort. Alright. Yeah, let's pop on those 2. So 20 goes to 90. Admittedly, we haven't upped our amulets in a while. Alright. So, for all intents and purposes, this is a good finishing the game spec in terms of armor for Blairy and for Fluff at this point. Just need to get 1 more for me, obviously, but all the rest of the stuff in this game is going to be drops, so we will make it a point to grab those, show where those are. Mostly on the Mana Fortress, but there's 1 exception in the Pure Land, so we'll be on the lookout for that. But that's it for the most part. Pop back into the fortress here, the Grand Palace, I should say. There's Mara. Yeah, it's a bummer. Do you really care? It's like your great nemesis. Hey, Fana! You sure did. I think Blairies do at least one free stab on you. Yeah, or Tornado Cheek, it's fine. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Huh. Very perceptive using Larry's best friend like that, but again, you'd think we could get something out of that, but... Huh? There you go. Just some nice story right there. That's pretty much it. Alright. Well, before we head to the Pure Land, let's make sure we are topped off. We need to buy 4 cups of wishes and 4 fairy walnuts. So, in that last area, there's the Mana Fortress, by the way. We can't go there quite yet. It's available there, but yeah. This is good music right here. Just so you know. This is good music, in case you weren't sure. Alright, let's just find the Ice Country. North Country. It's always the easiest to find, because on the aside from the fact that it's huge, you have those little bits of ice on the border, so when you're flying around. But they'll have everything we need in terms of refills, and at a fair price as well. I think we need some chocolate as well. We dipped into our chocolate a little bit. All the walnuts. All the cups. And I guess I won't worry about that last bracelet. It's just kind of annoying going back to Nico. Not gonna just go out of my way to grind for a little bit, just so I can afford that. All right, how we doing? Did we get topped off with our MP? We did not. I didn't think we did. It's a steal. You don't even want to know how much they're charging on the Gold Island. Actually, you probably do, so you can charge more. I feel like you would sleep very well here in the North Country. You know, something about just tend to sleep better in the winter when it's cold outside. You can double up on the comforters, the blankets. I feel like this is the best sleep in the game. That's not a verifiable thing, but... Alright. Oh, we also need to... I probably can't afford it now, actually. The upgrade to the sword. I don't really care about the spear quite as much, but the sword, certainly. Yeah, this is going to cost more than 4 grand. Alright. Let's go beat up some wolves, I guess. And while we're doing this, let's go to Fluff for another Fluff fact.
I talked about some of the changes the international release compared to the Japanese version, some of which were due to censorship policies. One change, which likely isn't attributed to any breach in Nintendo's international standards, is the swap of the name and icon for the Earth Slide spell. Known as Earthquake in the Japanese version, the original symbol for this spell was a catfish, which is a reference to Namazu, a giant catfish and icon from Japanese folklore known for creating powerful earthquakes. If that story sounds familiar, I mentioned the same thing in our class on The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, to explain why Link gets the earthquake spell from a giant talking catfish. While Nintendo was content to leave that in for the international version of Link to the Past, despite Western audiences having no concept of Japanese folklore or that figure, Square understandably decided at best to swap out the symbol with a more generic exploding piece of earth.
Good call, Fluff. Feel like I should do the spear as well, but I don't know. Just because we're going to be going through the Pure Lands and there's plenty of opportunities to... it's going to take too long. Alright, let's just do the sword. That's probably the only thing I'm not going to max out in this game. Just everyone having perfect abilities with every weapon. It's not really a point to that. There we go. The Gigas sword. Love it. It's not like the spells, which are much more satisfying. Alright. The Pure Land. I haven't heard this music in a very long time. Looking forward to this, I have to say. It's funny, all I could find was the Pure Land when I wanted to find the Sunken Continent before, and then it never fails, does it? The one thing that you can't find. Here we go. Alright. The Pure Land. I've been waiting. Come here, quick. Very haunting. Alright. So, I believe... By the way, this is a great place to grind. If you need to grind. Hold on, what's our level at right now? Oh, obviously everything's at 7. Let's heal up. Let's see what this does. I need about 400, 350. That got us there. The Griffin Hand. They're very good at staggering you. There you go. Watch out for the chests that they drop. They are the only enemies in this game which can leave behind the greatest helmet for Professor. The Griffin Helm. So I want to make sure we get one before we move forward here. And well, let's see, might as well use some spells while we're doing this. What's your pleasure? Not that. Yeah, I'm the only one getting hit here. 999. Yeah, you can tell that I have a vastly inferior armband compared to everyone else. Because I'm taking about 3 times the damage as everyone else when they get hit. It really does make a difference. Imagine if we came here without having the... There it is. I hope that's it. Come here. Oh. Shadow Zero? Is that little guy? Alright, so that's not what we were looking for. That's alright. Kill a few more. It's not a guarantee that each one will drop one, but the reason we're doing this, the Griffin Hand, trying to get this item, is because after we finish with this place, bit of a spoiler alert, we will not be able to come back. That's a cute balloon. We will not be able to come back. So, we want to make sure that, come on, Griffin Helm. Come on now. Alright. Respawn here. Griffin Hand gets whacked. They have a lot of HP. They keep teasing me with these chocolates and other decoys here. Come on, Griffin Helm. Oh, jeez. Yeah, how does everybody like their coffee, by the way? Take mine. Just black, straight up. Certainly had a couple, too, during this game. It's a long one. Leave a comment. How do you take your coffee? There you go. Down you go. Alright. Number of bosses to be fought as we move forward here. So, you know, if you gotta leave and come back before you properly finish it all. Not the worst idea. Music is so lovely, though, isn't it? Even when you're getting smacked around and acid stormed. And normally I would just run right through because, as you can tell, all the baddies here are quite formidable, and we want to save our goodies, which I mean our MP, for the many bosses of the Promised Land, the Pure Land. There are multiple. No. Huh? B-boy mushroom right there. Now they're getting stingy on us. At least let me think there's a chance to get something half decent. Get a little grinding in, if nothing else, I suppose. Not the worst idea to... I'd say you should like to aim for about level 70 by the time you go to the Mana Tower. In other words, beating the game. Smack him. Yep. Well, I don't know what you're dropping. It's gonna be garbage. Not gonna be what we want. Royal Jam, alright. Oh, we didn't have any Royal Jam before. Dive right in at any point, gang. These Griffin hands have a... Come on. Don't be a jerk. They don't go down easy, do they? They make you work for that Griffin helm. We want to make sure we finish this with the best armor across the board. Some of the stuff has little status abilities too, status boosts, perks. So... Try to keep one-on-one. We haven't really burned through much in the way of magic yet, so... Not a big deal. Nope. Alright. Alright, first boss of the Pure Land.
Boss beaters.
Alright, the Dragon Worm we recommend. Level 50 at this stage in the game for this boss. The weakness is the air blast right here. Want to stay out of their way, just use those air blasts from afar. And stun lock them with that, keep them from using those powerful spells. Namely that Earth Slide, but stick to this strategy, you'll take him down.
Alright, thank you very much, Gary. Really, I'm not just doing the most basic of rules right here, which is just don't let them get any moves off. Just keep stacking the spells. This should give me back both. Yeah, I was going to say most of my health, level 8. Alright. Tie up. Did you swallow me up again? Yep. Sure did. Dead? No, you're not. You're just regrouping. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you can chain him faster if you're not controlling the sprite. You have somebody else. So you can go to his menu before he recovers. from the spell. One more has to do it, right? Doesn't have to do it, but I'm hoping it'll do it. There it is. Boom. Axe's orb. We're getting some good orbs here, and we got some cash to redeem them as well. Alright. Still looking for that elusive Griffin Helm. Oops. I'm trying to leave. Probably not the safest area being next to one of these hedgehogs. It's a good whack right there. I like it when they identify their position by using a spell like that. Is there even a chest there? I can't tell. I think it would run away if there was. Chests are very jumpy at this stage in the game. At this point. Ah, the ghosts. Somehow their little cries just kind of work with the ambience of this place. Defeat the dragon to the left of the forest to pass this gate. Heck yeah. Let's do it. I like that they just make it very clear. Alright. Petrified. Alright, he's a statue. Let's see, he can cause damage when he's in statue form. There we go. Come on, chest. Alright then. Need lion. They're being very stingy. Those guys, level 50, there we go. Good place to be around the Pure Land, but yeah. The fortress is the best place to grind. That's the only location we really have after this, but alright. Alright, a lot of dragons around these parts. The snow dragon, Gary.
Boss beaters. The snow dragon, as you'd expect. Weak against the fireball. Level 50 still works for this. And the same strategy still works for this. If you stun lock them with the fireball and stack some tax on top of it for good measure, they'll never get a chance to use any of their freeze-like spells, like freeze.
Thank you, Gary. Poor SOB. I bet he fears Salamando. Remember when Salamando was kept in the furnace of that one village? That was silly. Alright. Most excellent. Got the Bow's Orb. Might have a couple of those to spend. Alright, say we're about halfway through here. We still don't have our coveted Griffin Helm. Can't leave here till we get it. Probably shouldn't say that in front of them. They're like, alright. Well, we're not going to give it to you then. Can't save the world unless we give up one of these helmets, so let's not do that. Let's hit there, Blairy. Okay. Alright, so we can now continue forward. Heck yeah. A few more opportunities. I mean, really unlimited opportunities, but just it would be nice to get it as we're continuing our adventures here in Pure Land. Just kind of group them together here. A third one. Oh, that's dangerous. I don't see any chests. Man, I haven't even had a drop in a while. I'd even take some fake me out chocolate. You come over here so I can like have a better idea as to whether or not you're going to leave me. Nope. This little pass-through area there. Don't do that. Oh, that's not good. All right. Clean up on Isle Professor. Let's pull out the Revivifier. A dangerous combination here in this little area. Anything? Oh. Really don't want to give us that helmet today. Didn't even see a needle lion. Needle lion. Alright, literally just a dead end here. There's a cave over to the right in that last area, but maybe because this Griffin hand is a bit more out of the way, that unaccountably means that they're going to give us the Griffin helmet we've been looking for. No, that's not what that means. Alright, I just like fighting the Griffin hands on their own. Trying to mess with a bunch of other types of baddies. Ice Thug! Gotta say, it's satisfying dealing out, you know, damage in the 100s, 200s on a regular basis, semi-regular basis. There you go. Get better evasion, too, with the better armor. It's not just that whoa, I didn't even see that he was in a bad shape there. Alright, Axe Beak. Gary?
Boss beater. Alright, Axe Beak. Gonna use that free spell here. Just keep your distance, stun lock that boss. Same strategy, what can I say? It works very well.
Alright, good luck, Gary. Thank you very much. Let's cool down. Ice Beak here, or Flame Beak. Axe Beak. Stack a couple of these at a time. Let this one take right quick. Oh, is he already dead? Not dead. Just, I guess he was in a weird spot. Chill out, Axe Beak. I like that reaction. Is he really off the screen? I like Axe Beaks do. There you go. This has to do it, right? I mean, we're just dealing silly damage to Axe Beak. There you go. Probably should have saved 1 MP for Fluff there, so you just start drawing from the baddies. Save those fairy walnuts for Larry, but that's okay. Cool. Boo. That's cool. Alright. Got the staircase over there. I guess I gotta get this to you, don't I? First one, that's good. We're still in good shape. Despite the fact that everyone's slapping us around at will, we're taking down the bosses here. Alright. We really are running out of chances. There's only... well, a few more bosses, but... we're not... what are you guys doing over there? New dance? The wuss shuffle? You guys, yeah, cleared it out. Ghost freaking you out? Ah, I did not want to do that. I'm trying to surround this. You guys want to get in on this? Here. There you go. That's what we need to do, just make a hero sandwich. Around the baddies here. That's how I can force them to fight while still enjoying the better qualities of them running away. And we're alright, this is it. You can feel it. This is our Griffin Helm. It is our Griffin Helm! Alright, I was about to call off the search, but there you go. So when did we start trying to find it? Like level 50, and now we are level 66. We have over $1 million in our search for the Griffin Helm. Alright, the moment that everyone's been waiting for, presumably. We're putting on the Griffin Helm. Oh, it does look different. Cool. I spent, I don't know what it translates to. Let's say hours for a 5 defense increase right here in our defense for my guy, Professor. But it also carries a +5 strength boost and a +1 hit percentage. Yes, that's worth, what, an hour of my life, 2 hours of my life? For you good people. So there you go. Looking pretty good there, Professor. Looking pretty good. All right. Well, the trade-off of this is I'm not sure we have enough magic in the can now to get through this. It might be tight. That's all I'm saying. It might be tight. The important thing is we can save. Like, I don't mind experiencing our first death as long as I can save first. Right here. Here we go. All right. They can't... yeah, level 50 was the last time we saved. That's silly. But you know what? It's not like we didn't need the levels, so... not a bad place to grind right there on that screen. Pop in this cave here. Alright, the Red Dragon. Gary?
Boss beaters. Alright, staying on the freeze, the Red Dragon also weak against it. Gonna knock that level up, which we recommend, to 55. And yeah, same strategy though. Just keep freezing them with the freeze spell. Keep them stun locked. Keep them from using that exploder. Take them down.
Alright, thank you very much, Gary. Perfect gap, because we don't want to waste that extra like 5 damage we're missing out on. Well, 3 damage in that case, but down he goes, and we wasted an Undyne there. All right, you know what? We might not have to leave if we just have Fluff use his MP absorb on some poor unwitting creatures here in the Pure Lands. Got the Gloves Orb. Yeah, let's find someone we can suck. Alright, maybe not that little mushroom guy, but maybe one of these guys? You know magic? Need lion? Let's find out. Did you just get 28? Yeah, you did. Alright, let's do that one more time. Actually, let's come back and do it one more time. In case he might have a cap. Yep, we know Needline's got it. He's got the MP. Poor creature. He's gonna, like, be out on a date with his Needlion wife later tonight and have to pay for something with MP, apparently, in this scenario I've invented, and not have it. It's like, I think that guy and his 2 friends robbed me earlier. That little cat named Fluff. That little sprite named Fluff. named after a little cat. Heck yeah! Yeah, we're gonna whack all sorts of enemies at this stage in the game after the work we put in it. I never even have to so much as think about another Griffin hand for the rest of my days. Yep, still have reverse right here. Still have reverse here. Level 5, that hangs around, huh? Sleep it off. Alright, we want to use as little magic as possible. We still have a couple bosses to go through here. It's crazy that we never had to leave. We were getting smacked around pretty regularly. What does Blairi have in the can? 27? Okay, that's we can make that work. I think we can make that work. Looks like there's a way to go down there, but we can't. Alright, stay close, gang. Stop it. Yeah, apparently, to put it another way, those Griffin helms are exceedingly rare. But anyway. Alright, the Thunder Gigas. Scary?
Boss beaters. Alright, the Thunder Gigas to get the final Sword Orb. Level 55. Just keep sliding those Earth Slides their way. Stun lock them. Get some stabs in if you so choose. Don't even give them a chance to use any of those Thunder spells. Laugh, take them down, and get that sword upgraded.
Alright, there you go. Thank you very much, Gary. This thing doesn't have a face yet. We gotta level it up a little bit more. Oh my lord, yeah. Just because we got that sweet Griffin helm, and just because we got all those levels up, don't think for a second that this battle's gonna be a pushover. Recombobulate yourself. Recombobulate. Can't have too much more in the tank. See what we can get this up to before he recombobulates himself. 5. That's pretty good damage right there. And we got a little boost from the Griffin helm. Oh, that's not good. That's not good in the least. We may have still had some cups of wishes, I don't know, but... There we go. And I think Fluff still got more than enough in the tank to take down the next threat, the final boss of the Pure Land. Most excellent. I think the Giga Blade is better, strictly speaking. But, oh, there you go. That should get us there. You think the final boss of the Pure Land would be the one to give you the orbs. They didn't put a lot of thought into most of the handouts for the orbs. Stop it. Ice Thug. Get another save in here, the final. Alright, so if you haven't gotten your Griffin Helm, by the way, I don't recommend trying to get the Griffin Helm. It's not worth it. But if you do want it, if you won't listen to me, then you gotta get it before you, well, you can take down this final boss. Just gotta make sure you get it before you enter the next area, but... Alright, the Blue Dragon, Gary?
Boss beaters. Alright, sticking with the Earth Slide. Use that on the Blue Dragon. Likes its confused hoops, but not a big deal. Just stun lock them. Don't even mess with any of that nonsense. Earth Slide for the win.
Alright, thank you very much, Gary. Let's just stack it. The dub. For a cool 999. It's merciless here. I'm taking out all my frustration of those darn griffin hands on this poor blue dragon. Whatever. I'm trying to save the world. Alright. Most excellent. Boomerang's orb. So this was the last area in the game outside of the Mana Fortress, which means, and we don't have all the orbs yet, which means there are still some orbs. I don't want to kill any more griffin hands. I've done enough to thin the population. Come on, team. Let's get moving. Come on, Fluff, it's Chinatown. Alright, that should have been the last battle for the Pure Land. Here we go. It's all just story here. Where are we? You know it's serious when the text is on autopilot. Look! I like when there's something massive right in front of you, and it takes someone to say, hey, look over there. It's the mana tree. Biggest friggin' tree in the world. It's a lot of Miracle Grow. Let's do it. Yeah, we didn't take the best track. This reminds me of Ninja Gaiden. When he's on that mountain and the tower is in the distance, like, where we are is not conducive to getting to that destination. But there you go, the title music. We did it! Whatever, I'm more excited about getting that darn griffin helm. Oh, and you too, Fluff. That was a perfunctory and obligatory, like, oh, by the way, I'm glad we're friends too, Fluff. I'm not crushing on you like I am the professor, but there you go. So much has happened. We never gave up. You could just tell something really bad is about to happen. The way that they're talking. Yep. Then we can beat the fortress. Alright, Columbo, everyone on the same page there? It's that whale sound again from the intro. What? No, we're good. You can show us when we get there later. You don't have to do any... Oh, no. Oh, I don't like it when they do that sound to us. This is all kinds of Independence Day right here. It was just 3 days from retirement. That tree was just 3 days from retirement. On the bright side, it brought us down to the tree. Well, what's left of it. There's no mana tree. You don't remember what just happened? Yep. Went all ape on the mana fortress. I like everyone's like secondary expressions. Fluff just looking all angry. Blairy looking just... Professor, it is I, the mana tree. The mana fortress is using up most of the world's mana. All the beasts will be transformed into one giant creature. That doesn't sound good. Although that would make our jobs a bit more efficient, I guess. Take them all out with one big swing, one big stack. Beast has little control over its rage. It's gone into anger management classes, but I don't think they're having an effect, Professor. Huh. Beat it using the mana sword. I never, like, just stab a building? Tribe of Mana. My dad? Saren. 15 years ago by the Emperor, but vowed to stop him. On his way to the final showdown, he fell and never got up. That was in Podos. If only he had life alert. I'm sorry. Low-hanging fruit there. You mean the ghost I saw by the falls was my dad? And our secondary expression freaking out. I was his wife and my mom's a tree? My dad's a ghost and my mom's a tree, man. His expression right there is like, I'm gonna get picked on so hard once I go back to school. We are of the Mana tribe, the woman of our kind. The women become the tree and protectors of the world. The men wield the sword and protect against evil. You must stop the fortress. Mana is weak, and its shields are down. With my last energy, I will summon the power of the Seeds of Mana. Alright, there you go. Watts might have something to say about that, but I haven't been much of a mother, that's true. I've been a tree. I think she's behind you, technically. What's left of her. Think of how much stump away you'd have to go through to get rid of that thing. She's a tree and she's dead. Some combination of that. Almost looks like Mother My Fluff. Yeah, Fluff. Speaking what we're all really thinking. This is crazy. That's right. That's true. None of us have a mother. We're all orphans. We're all a gang of misfits. Be so selfish, Professor. Got a lot to live up to. My mom's a big tree. Not just any tree. She's the biggest tree. Or she was. Now you're talking, number one. I like that. I feel like I just met my mom too. I know she's in my heart. Almost feels like some dialogue we'd hear in that one scene of Illusion of Gaia. When we're getting Lance's memory back. Check out that class. Video Games 101 we did. Alright. Well, all we can do now is call in Flammy. So hope you finished in the Pure Land, because that's it for that. We have more money than we know what to do with at this point. I suppose we could go back. Well, we certainly need to max out all of our nuts. Our walnuts. So let's do that first. And I guess we'll go to the Sunken Continent to find Nico, and we will buy that armband for us, since we're a literal millionaire now. Just buy off Thanatos at this point, I feel like. It's like, I'm going to destroy the world. I'm like, this swat of... There you go. Swat of 20 says differently. He's like, whoa. Alright, yeah, no, well... I can follow my dream of opening my own blacksmith shop. Or whatever he wants to do in this world, you know. There's not a whole lot of types of shops. Get that save in. Make sure we're maxed out on our cups of wishes. I know we got plenty of chocolate. We hit that wall early on in the Pure Land. Could not fit another number on that. Max out at 999999. Well, lots of nines. 7 nines to be exact. Yep, swing by and talk to Watts in town as well. Get him to max out all of our weapons. And then it's off to the Mana Fortress, where best place in the game to grind, obviously. Of course, it's the last place in the game, but there are a lot of very, very useful drops. What kept you? I'm just spending 10 hours trying to get a single helmet. Fizzbar becomes the Shoryuken, and the Dragon Dart, and the Elfin Bow, the Wing Bow. Alright, that's maxed. Hammer Flow. Oh, maybe it's not maxed, but... the Gigas Lance becomes... the Dragon Lance. I like it. The Were Buster becomes... the Great Axe. Hyper Fist becomes... Griffin Claws. And most importantly, the Gigas Sword becomes... the Dragon Buster. Very cool. Could have used that 10 minutes ago when we were fighting all those dragons, but that's okay. There will always be more dragons. Alright. I think we're good to head to the Mana Fortress. Let's call in Flammy. Alright, so when you're ready to go to the Mana Fortress, just kind of fly towards it at top altitude and hold still. Flammy will do the rest automatically. He's cute in a doofy kind of way. Not sure why this is the music for the outside of the fortress, but I guess it's the Emperor's music here. Alright, so plenty of important things to be found in here. Let's see. In terms of drops, we want to be on the lookout for 2 fairy cloaks for Blairy and for Fluff. Those are dropped by the Master Ninjas here in the fortress. The power suit is dropped by the Whimper. That's the best armor for Professor. And we got the Fairy Crown, best helmet for everyone not named the Professor. The Terminator will be dropping those. They're late in the Mana Fortress. And then everybody can wear a Fairy's Ring. That's the best ring in the game. Prevents pretty much every terrible status debuff. And we can get that by taking down some Wolf Lords. And on top of all of that, there are some orbs to be found from enemy drops as well. So suffice to say, you're going to want to spend a good bit of time here in the Mana Fortress. The point of no return is not until very late in the Mana Fortress. So you can always turn around, exit out, regain your health, stop at an inn. Metal Crab. Shocked. I did forget about the armlet thing. That's alright. We're gonna get the Fairy's Ring while we're in here from the Wolf Lord. That's the easiest drop that we'll have, because there's a lot of Wolf Lords. Remember these guys. They're fun to get some good grinding on. Nimbus Chain. I like that. I feel like little Nemo would wield this one. Anyway, I think we've given Nico enough money to last the rest of him and his kit. That's generational kitten money right there. Like, many generations of kittens can live off of the money we've handed over to Nico. You guys can get in on this too if you want. I like this weapon for the range. I'm starting to deal with these guys. Oh good, my Nimbus Chain went up to level 1. Amazingly, that never happened. Tsunami! Alright, I'm just gonna step on this. I don't have time to... The only annoying thing about the Mana Fortress here is that... Oops. Is that it's easy for your people to get caught on different things. So you gotta do a lot of switching between them. Acid Storm. Alright. Honestly, it's not alright. Well, he's dead. That's alright. That's why we have Fiend Head. That's why we have 88 MP, so we can bring people back at will. Alright. I'm gonna do it. I'm taking the leash off of you two. I'm a little hesitant to put his act at 6, because I feel like he's gonna be charging constantly, but approach, attack. Bust some deserving teeth. You have permission. Alright, and let's turn her up as well. See that level 7. Spear working. Alright, so I think these guys are dropping one of the things I said. Not necessarily with regularity, but has to be more than those. Right, here he is. He's the one that'll drop us the fairy rings. Wolf Lord. Yeah, no guarantees. Yeah, I don't know if I like you guys charging to that level, because you just don't use it, and you walk a lot slower. While we're walking around the Mana Fortress here, let's go to Fluff for a fluff fact about the music of Secret of Mana.
The music for Secret of Mana was composed by Hiroki Kikuta, and it may surprise you based on how good the soundtrack is to learn that this was both the first game he composed a soundtrack for, not to mention he scored the entire thing entirely on his own. Kikuta strongly utilized percussive and wind instruments and called upon his love of popular music to compose the score, pushing the SNES's hardware and software limitations to their maxes for the universally praised and impressively eclectic soundtrack.
It really is, thanks, Fluff. Almost out of necessity because of how much ground we cover in this game. The different biomes, just moods. A lot of ground is covered. It's a roller coaster here, Secret of Mana. And at this point as well, actually, if you take a look at the... not the act. If you take a look at the level, you'll see we can now go beyond level 7 now that we met with the mana tree. So we can max these puppies out. Level 8 and beyond. So great place to grind, but that's what I'm talking about. It's poorly planned, this area, because they love to favor getting caught up on this and that here and there. Alright, I'm immediately regretting putting you guys on that massive charge. Okay, obviously. Forgot who I was controlling there. Alright, she's on 0. You need to get on 0. More harm than good, having them charge like that. Come on now. Whimper. Alright, he's one of the ones that's gonna drop some stuff. Yeah, I say we do some bit of grinding here. Let's just do this thing. Can't do any more grinding after getting that darn helmet. All right, Buffy. Gary, what do we do?
Boss beaters. Right, Buffy, the vampire. And that's it. The weakness here is the Lucent Beam, as well as Air Blast, so both Larry and Fluff can get in on this one, each using their respective moves in the Lucent Beam and the Air Blast. You can stun lock them. It's easy to stack too much damage here and just hit that cap of 999, so make sure you come up for a breath of air so you can see how much damage you've dealt every now and then. Between the two characters, you should have no problems stun locking Buffy.
Good call, Gary. Thank you very much. Probably the most damage we've regularly done with one single spell, 600 something. Just goes to show it's very expensive getting that Lucent Beam up in the first place, because it's what? How much was that? 8 MP per cast. It's kind of crazy, but put in the effort. I guess you have the barrier, which is slightly lower. It's like 4 MP, but yeah, some of those are so expensive to grind. Way to go! Cool, cool. Alright. Let's follow the right track here. The rope won't work here, unfortunately. So when you want to leave, you just got to manually go back through everywhere. Drop in chest. Double death. He definitely got whacked. He's still dying. This is one of the, I know who's wearing this if we get one. Barry's ring. There we go. I know who's popping this on right now. There you go. 5 times, and marginally better than the gauntlet, but yeah, stuff you, Nico. You're no fluff. Keep up, gang. Yeah, this part's especially bad. Account. Oh. Keep him at bay, Professor. I don't like that in-between phase that they do. Ooh, what are they dropping? Probably nothing all that good. What was that? What was that? Amulet ring. Oh, nice. Is that what they're wearing right now, actually? Oops. Oh, amulet ring. Alright, so that's... Yeah, it's still an improvement. It's just not quite as good. Let's give that to her. Yeah, just keep them occupied. Do not need to engage. All right, the Dread Slime. Gary, what do we got?
Boss beaters. Right, Dread Slime. A variation from the behavior with the earlier slime. This time, every time we do damage to this boss, they get bigger on the screen. They are weak against the Dark Force, finally a boss, which is weak against this spell, so just let Fluff go to town on this. Probably the easiest spell in the entire game to stun lock, because of how quickly he gets it off and how long it takes to actually cast. So keep these Dark Forces stacking on top of each other. The bigger that boss gets, the closer they are to dying, until the point you can't even move on the screen. Just keep those spells coming, they'll take him down.
All right, thank you, Gary. Yeah, he likes to take away the screen from you so you don't have a lot of room, but... And Contrary to the slime that we fought earlier on in the game, which got smaller the more damage we did to it, this one gets bigger. Make it more difficult to get around him. Yep, it's getting bigger. Makes getting in physical attacks a little more difficult. Especially when he's got decent evasion. Taking up the whole screen. $9.45, love it. Literally can't move. Oh my god. Oh my god. Down she goes. Down it goes. Alright, way to go. Alright, so this is... Fluff reaches level 69. This is the point of no return, essentially, right here. Once you go to the end of this stretch here, then, yeah, you were locked in at that point. So, plenty of good item drops on this floor. Most of the enemies you're looking for. The Terminators, yeah, on this floor. They're the ones that drop the fairy crown. Best helmet in the game for everyone not named Professor. So yeah. Good idea to take out those two bosses. Go make sure you're maxed out on curatives at that point. Fairy walnuts and such. And then, yeah. Come on back when you're ready. Do your grinding. That's how you do it. Alright class, time for the change log here. As you can see, our stats have dramatically improved. We are all on level 99 now. And let's see here. Make sure we cover everything here in the change log. Alright, so first off, yes, level 99. The max in Secret of Mana. Max experience. 9,999,999. Just nines across the board for the boy, aka Professor. We're almost maxed out on money, at least getting up to that 10 million barrier right there. And Blairy, you can see, same boat, level 99. The max HP for Blairy and for Fluff is 800. And got all of the spells to their maxes. Take a look. Level here. Not so much the weapons, because there's not really any point in doing that. But take a look right here. You can see. So I misspoke. I believe I said level 9 at some point, but this, for all intents and purposes, maxing out every spell at level 8 and then getting it to 99 is the max for every spell. And we have the same situation for Blairy as well. There you go, 99s across the board. And kind of alluded to this a little bit over the course of this Secret of Mana walkthrough, but every single spell has sort of a special animation, well, pretty much all the spells, which are more likely to trigger anytime after level 8, but certainly the closer you get to that 99 for level 8. So let's just take a look at each of them before we go to the Mana Fortress. Let's just go. Some of these are more impressive than others. Come on now. Everything stops when you get a special cast of a spell. That's how you know. But see the freeze balls, for lack of a better. Those get a little bit bigger. The whole screen freezes, no pun intended. Get some acid rain on this howler. Acid storm. Not that cool. Some of these more than others. Like one of my favorites as we go to the gnome's magic, the earth slide. Gets this fun little face, wacky face on the Earth Slide ball right there. And let's see, what do we got? Gem Missile. Let's take a look at that maxed out. Pretty cool. And yes, we know that you're very good with your whip there, Larry, but we're trying to show off the spells right now. And slow. I'm going to show these off just because we put in the time, you know? I didn't have to do this, but I just want to show you. Now, if you want my honest opinion, so much about maxing out your stats in this game is not worth it in the least. Certainly not worth it for the effort that we put into it. See Thunderbolt here. That's a cool one. Just nice little detail that the developers added this in here. We get silence on this last time. Yeah, it freezes everything, but yeah, not all that impressive. And let's see, moving on. Salamando. Salamando's got some good ones. Fireball. That one's really cool. The twin fire dragons right there, the serpents. Let's just go up in terms of lava wave. Looks really cool. Little miniature geysers of lava. These wolves especially don't appreciate this. And exploder. All right, so that just goes to show it's not a sure thing that you'll get it at even at 99, as high as you can possibly go. That's pretty cool. There you go. And let's see, that's it for Salamando. Let's check out Dark Force. Looks a lot like Exploder actually maxed out. Not on the in, but on the out. So it freezes everything, and you get that same sound effect and visual, only in blue and white instead of the red. Dispel, not going to be that big of a deal, but that didn't freeze anything. We'll come back to that. Let's try Evil Gate. That froze the screen right there. Didn't do a lot of damage on him, but you know, that's... different enemies are weaker or stronger against different types of magic. There you go, that's the fancy one. Not that different. Magic Absorb, used a lot of this when grinding with the sprite spells. Howler gets whacked. Let's try some Lunar Magic. Let's try some... Alright, the screen has been cleared out. Lunar Magic, alright then. Alright. And the wolves just... I think they just keep respawning here. Let's try change form here. Okay. It's cool. I like the coloring. It's something different, you know? And let's see what else. Let's re-rack these guys. And let's see. And Lunar Magic again, just to be clear, that just basically makes it's just a wild card essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a wild card. Change form sometimes it would do that for you, but yeah, you never know. I think that's the key with Luna. And then what after that we just have Dryad, Sleep Flower, larger petals right there. And last but not least for the sprite, Burst. Let's see if this looks like... I haven't even tried this one. I was going to say, yeah, this is probably going to look a lot like Exploder. Dark Magic, or Dark Force. What's that spell called? Dark Force. All right, and not nearly as interesting, but again, we put in the work, so we might as well. This is Cure level 899. Just get a little extra spritz right there. And Ice Saber. Everybody has to stop what they're doing and watch her get that very potent Ice Saber, which will last the longest amount of time in this game, so that Remedy didn't freeze anything there. It's not a guarantee. That looked exactly the same to me. Defender. There you go. That froze everything there. And let's see. We've got Stone Saber. Little earth magic. Impart it to the weapon right there. Speed up. Just kind of resets that meter a little bit faster. What else we got? Some Sylphid. Analyzer level 8. Yeah, everything stops. We're gonna learn like the Howler's darkest secret. Its greatest regret in life. Should have gone back to med school. Shouldn't have dropped out, rather. And we got one more. We got the balloon. Can we get the little face on the balloon? There you go. We saw some enemies use it earlier. Now we get to use that. This is a good one to get up for the girl, for Blairy. Is the Salamando music, because the Salamando moves, because those can be offensive in some cases. Looks pretty cool too, if you ask me. Certainly around here, it's very, very powerful. The Blaze Wall, one of Blaze's favorites for obvious reasons. Stops everything and does mega damage. And let's see, moving on to, I guess that would be Lumina for me. If you want my honest opinion in terms of which ones to get up to level 8 if you are the girl, and honestly, you're good with level 7, went ahead and after we cut from that break point, I just want to show Lucent Beam again because it's the one spell worth getting up to level 8 outside of Undyne for the girl, because of some bosses late in the game. Of course, worth it comes with an asterisk. Yes, I beat the game just to see how it would be with the save file where we were when we first broke. So around level 70, I'd say that's all you need to take on the final boss in this game. You're just fine with those numbers. Had zero problems, especially coupled with what's going to be Gary's strategy. And let's just do the Lunar Boost, which is for battle power. Part of Gary's strategy, actually. Let him talk more about that once we get to that final battle. Moon Energy raises the critical hit damage percentage. So I'm not sure that did anything fancy there, actually. You can see we were getting bored. We were swapping out different weapons. We got the axe right now for Professor. Moon Saber. That froze everything. And then just a couple Dryad spells here now. So we got Revive, which we won't be able to show you, obviously, because no one's dead right now. That didn't count. Get a Fancier Wall. We're 0 for on the Fancy Wall. Maybe there is no Fancy Wall. Alright, well. That was 4 in a row, and we got no fancy spell on that. So, anyway. The only thing we didn't do, besides not getting all the weapons maxed out, is farm for the remaining few orbs, which should all be in the Mana Fortress. I literally went to every location in this game throughout the course of getting the spells up and everything, just making sure we didn't miss any weapon orb chests to point you towards. And let's get everybody's with their primary weapons here. Obviously, we got the Dragon Buster, the best sword in the game. We managed to find the best spear upgrade orb in the Mana Fortress. Give the Gigas axe to the sprite. But yeah, if you come in here and talk to Watt, it's ridiculous amounts of money right now. So the glove is maxed out. Dragon Buster is maxed out. It's acting like there's another one, but there's not. Gigas axe, we have another level. We didn't find that one in the fortress. We got the best for the spear. The whip, there's one more missing in the fortress. The bow, there's one more missing. The Shoryuken, there's one more missing. The Valkyrian is the throwing javelin that's maxed out. We found all those, but yeah, class, the amount of time it takes, I forgot this when I was a kid, and I can't believe I spent this much time as a kid doing this, but the amount of time it took to get every character up to level 99 in the Mana Fortress, which is, the best place to do it. Obviously, the toughest enemies in the game, was kind of ridiculous. I do not recommend it in the least, but just wanted to show you. This is what it's like. But the point being that during all that time in the Mana Fortress, while we were doing all that grinding, going through probably about, 50 times, I'd say, back and forth, we didn't get all of the orbs, all the weapon orbs, and that's where all the remainders are. Different enemies have each one, but just the percentage that they're going to drop one is ridiculously low. Kind of like we had with the Griffin Helm for the Professor back in the Pure Land, just spending a silly amount of time trying to find it. But we did find the fairy crowns from the various enemies in the Mana Fortress. The fairy cloak, we got those in the Mana Fortress from the Terminators. We're dropping the fairy cloaks. The Wolf Lords were dropping the fairy rings. So it took a very long time just to get those, but yeah, I'm kind of shocked that all the times running back and forth through that Mana Fortress, we were not able to find those last orbs from different enemies. But and the fairy crown is from the Terminators. The fairy cloak is from the Master Ninjas in the Mana Fortress, and the power suit, which we got for the Professor, that's from the Whimpers in the Mana Fortress. So yeah, if you want to just spend silly amounts of time going through back and forth the Mana Fortress, trying to get every last orb there is in the game, go ahead. But it really is a silly amount of time, and I have no plans on getting those weapons maxed out for different characters anyways, so you're just fine with the sword being at... Honestly, it doesn't even need to be above level 2, which is kind of silly to say considering the level we're at right now, or even before we went ahead and broke at that level 70 spot. I think our sword was at, level 7, maybe level 8. It's just not necessary. So let's push our way through now and just go the most efficient route here through the Mana Fortress. And what did I do? Okay, gave everybody the wrong weapons here. Want to make sure you have the axe. Oh, is she busy right now or something? Yeah, she was literally in the middle of chopping somebody with that axe right there. And I want you to have her use the Nimbus chain right here. Since we got to bounce back and forth between these two weapons to get through the Mana Fortress here. But whatever, I like the look of all these weapons. That's the important thing, right? Watts does a good job. Try to stay with me here, Professor. They're a little aggressive. Could probably knock them down. I don't even think they're set that aggressively right now. I just think they're as annoyed as I am at trying to find all these orbs and just only found maybe half of them here in the Mana Fortress. Just silly. I'll say it again, class. Anyway, go back across here, and I believe we took out all the bosses before we made that break for getting the levels up there. It really has been such a long time. I can't remember. I'm not even kidding. Sometimes they're pretty good about getting around the corners here. Yeah, I got the best weapons, or I mean, rather the best armors for every single character. Should be in good shape. Everyone's level 99. This should be an overkill when it comes to taking on the final boss, which is the Mana Beast. He doesn't scale up like in some games, you know, where the higher your level, they kind of compensate for the bad guys. Not the case here in Secret of Mana, and that's just fine. I don't like it when they scale the enemies, honestly, because it kind of defeats the purpose in some cases of putting in the effort, you know, rolling up the sleeves, the time and effort to go ahead and cross this chasm here. Still get a little turned around, even though I've been through here about 100 times. But yeah, go right there, cross over here. And we're gonna go right at this fork right here. I'm shocked that the rest of the group still has the stamina and the drive to take out enemies here on the Mana Fortress after all we've been through. This way, this way, this way. Sees them dropping so much garbage that we don't need. Some of these enemies more than others. That's the only instance of that enemy you'll find on the entire Mana Fortress. So when they drop something, I'm curious, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Fairy Walnut. Pretty good. Not too shabby, honestly. But yeah, it's, love the reach on this whip. Yeah, doing pretty good stretches here in the Mana Fortress, especially when we have, you know, pretty much maxed out MP on the later levels. Just draw MP from the baddies with Fluff's MP draw, absorb, and then just save the Fairy Walnuts for Blairy. Excuse me. Stay with me. Stay with me, Fluff. Those wolf lords back there, the ones that were dropping the fairy rings, which are good for everybody. One of these guys is what dropped the fiend head. They dropped the axe orb, actually, that we got earlier. Still one to get, but we've hit our limit. And there's really no incentive, just for that completionist, you know? Which I can appreciate, certainly did it as a kid. But I can't believe the amount of time I spent when I was going back over and just doing the grinding for this class, maxing out all those levels. I could not believe I spent that much time as a kid. Just a testament to how much I loved this game and how much time kids have on their hands, you know? How much free time. Enemies here at level 99, still no slouches, you know? You can see right here. We're putting in basically 1,000 damage before we take down some of these enemies. And just to remind you, went back and forth through here about 50 times to get to that 99th level as we were casting spells, taking down baddies. Left and right again. Not gonna get my hopes up. It's not moving, that could be a good sign, or it could be something really weak. Doom Sword gets Vest Guard. Yeah, we found a lot of less important lower level armors. Part of why we have however much money, what, $8 million or whatever it is at this point. Just silly money. Fiend Head. I'm gonna drop one more orb while everybody's watching. See? 2 5/28ths and he's still alive. Just silly. No chest. Yeah, they're really too stingy when it comes to the drops, I have to say. There's no need for it, you know? it's my feeling that once everybody's at level 99, that should be enough. You put in the work. That's hard enough, but anyway. All right. Finally, we're at the point of no return. We can still go back there, and I did that as part of my loop right there to respawn all the enemies, but we're pressing on here and finally catching up with Thanatos. You'd think you'd have more than enough time to do whatever you want, take over the world a few times over, and the time it took us to grind all those stats for ages you've been waiting is more like it. One born in the shadow of darkness and raised in the light of mana. Dialogue is the one. I can no longer wait. It is time. I don't think so. We're level 99, Thanny. I don't think it's gonna happen. He's like, I can't. I'm not level 99. Give him a good whip. Go huff. Oh, we did it. Good job, Larry. Well, that's nice to see. That was unexpected. Snap out of a dialogue. Let's get you to an inn, my man. Huh? He didn't laugh like that a second ago. Man, always felt kind of cheap to me that he was able to, like, invisibly go over there and inhabit Dialogue's body after all. Can't just steal someone's body. I can do anything I want. Maybe he's level 99 as well. It's me, Dialogue. He's too strong. I'm finished. But I can help you. Thanatos is an ancient sorcerer who sold his heart to the underworld. Though his life force is eternal, he hasn't his own body. So if we just stab you really hard, Thanatos... You're Professor, right? You're the new me? I mean, it's early days here with the girl, but, yeah. Alright, the penultimate boss. Gary, what do we got?
Boss beaters. Alright, Dark Lich, appropriately. HP of 6666. Health points of the beast right there. And very appropriately, we recommend you be on level 66 to take down this boss. Weakness, of course, is the light magic of the Lucent Beam from Larry. Use a lot of those to take down this boss. You could, just chain about 9 or 10 of those maxed out 999s to take down this boss. Just stun lock them to keep them from doing all that nonsense, which you can see they have access to in the uses section. Take them down.
Alright, thank you very much, Gary. Good tips. Can't tell if it did, like, marginally more damage. I think it did about 43 more damage when we did, like, that fancier version than the other one. You can still cast Lucent Beam even when you don't see Thanatos. Pretty cool. Yeah, this battle is very simple. Honestly, we could get Fluff in on the act as well. I just like to let this level 8 Lucent Beam breathe a little bit here. You want to wake up? Let's see, what can we get you doing? Well, nothing right now, apparently. Alright then. How about we come over this way? That's why Gary says to stay wide. Pretty cheap. Give some chocolate to, well, Fluff certainly first. Guess they're just on life support here. I guess it's only fair, class. We've been stun locking bosses this entire game. Whatever. Let her bring back Fluff. Finally, get to see that fancy, almost level 9 revive. And there it is. Worth it. Worth the price in blood. We're gonna stand over here if you don't mind. Alright, Fluff, you gotta get on this. Drop one of those doofy looking earth slides on this guy. 432, yeah, pretty respectable. Honestly, kind of takes the piss out of the the level 9, for all intents and purposes, Lucent Beam. But whatever. It's just one of those things where they put in more magics than were practically necessary in this game. Yep. Not too difficult. Not when you're on level 99 and have all your spells maxed out and the best armor on every character. Well, that's why we do it. You want to beat up, you put in the time, you want to be able to beat up on the final bosses of the game. That's my feeling. And now we have one final spell. You're wondering what that final slot was for Dryad. Now we can empower, energize the Mana Sword, really take the cover off the thing. Start stabbing with the sharp end. Well, yeah, but poor dialogue. Bummer. Let's get some sweet, sweet revenge for Dialog. What the? Let's get out of here. Well, seriously, we gotta think about checking you into a doctor there, Fluff. Keep banging your head on nothing. Just dizzy. Alright, let's do it. Alright. It's a mana beast. Oh, it's a flammy. There were once mana beasts. This is where we have mixed feelings about this whole thing. I don't want to hurt a mana beast. They're so cute, and they've been flying us all over the world. They're just trying to help. And ooh, if Fluff uses all his mana power, he'll disappear. Didn't think about that. I like it. I can't do this. Nice little bit of a character here at the end of the game. Not gonna kick the bucket. My world is separate from this one. Just means I won't see you again. Yeah, this is gonna be a bittersweet ending right here. That's a good point. Alright. Let's do it. Hope there's gonna be a later for that. Alright, final boss. Got the instructions here, but Gary, take us home.
Boss beater. Alright, the final boss in Secret of Mana. It's very easy if you follow this strategy. You only have to be level 70. They're weak against the Mana Sword. You want to use both mana magics and the Lunar Boost and the Moon Energy, which is Blairy's lunar magic, on the boy. Charge that sword to level 1 or 2. And just get 2 or 3 hits in per cycle. You could actually cast curing spells or just kind of status spells in general to avoid taking damage from the Mana Beast most of the time during those hits if you use it timely. But yeah, if you're a level 99 like we show here, it's a laugh, class. It is a laugh, but just like that, you have defeated the Mana Beast and beaten Secret of Mana. Congratulations.
Good call, Gary. That is a proper smackdown. And there you go. And I would recommend also, as Gary recommended, revive the Mana Sword. Now we're going to do some big boy damage. And get out Luna Magic. And cast Moon Energy on the Professor. See, it's just silly. Moon Energy and Lunar Boost. And yeah, he puts that wall up right away. He's got the fancy wall too. Or I guess that was the lunar right there. Yeah, this is just silly overkill. Don't even need to charge the sword. If you're at level 99 and they have level 8 mana magic cast on the sword, and you got both of the lunar boosts on you, or the lunar magic, lunar boost, you're going to do silly damage without even having to charge the sword. That is the fastest I have ever done that. There's just something satisfying about seeing Mana Beast get swacked like any lowly enemy in this game. That was just absolutely silly. That was a first for me, even. Good look, Gary. Good look. That is why he is our resident boss guru, gang. All right. Fluff! He's gone. I didn't even need to time out any cure spells to try to avoid damage right there. That's just silly. But yes, it's very sad. Fluff has gone back to his plane, if you will. We'll never forget you. That's right, because we'll see you next week, Fluff, with more of his facts for next week's class. By the way, if you haven't already done so, we do one of these classes every single week in the same spot. Love to have you enrolled. Click that subscribe button. Click that like button, too. If you don't mind, it really does help us out to make future classes for you. And for Dialect, too, but we must be strong. And leave a comment. Did you, like me when you were a kid, if you played this as a kid, did you tear up a little bit when you knew that the sprite was gone? And apparently Mana Beast turned the snow. Did you know that, Glass? Not sure that's the kind of snow we should be catching on our tongue, peanut style. Still arguably the best Christmas special. What's your favorite Christmas special, Class? If we can ask that very late in this game. There are some Christmas themes to this game. We literally save Santa Claus. He makes an appearance with Rudolph. There's Chrissy and the Resistance there, and what was her name, Mara? Yeah, nobody look at the professor the wrong way now. He is a killing machine. Just didn't even need to charge that sword up. Game design and chief animation and monster design. Good job, Koichi Ishii. There's Jima. I was here the whole time. I didn't do anything. We nod. Yeah, we know. We know. We should put in one animation of the maxed out sword, and need to make a note to myself to put those in. Monster Logics. Imperial ship there, Gramps, and the grandson. There he is. There's the big man. Why not put Santa in Secret of Mana? That's what I say. It's nice music here. I like this. These are my favorite kind of endings. I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up on these. There's Nazir, famed Square programmer. Big with the original Final Fantasy, but just, yeah, all those classic Square games. Making them work. The Bones. Yeah, these are my favorite kinds of endings where we just, in a story-based game where you just revisit all the different locations in the game. Kind of Link to the Past style. See Eleni the Witch, or Eileni, however she pronounces that. Big thanks to all my TAs, by the way, today. Making this class happen. This was very, very, very long class. Maybe the record. Again, we don't keep that close track anymore, but it was pretty nutty. There's the Cannon brothers. Ready to shoot down the next lawsuit against them. Wrongful injury. And Watt's finally heading back to Gaia's navel. Yeah, pretty much the only place you couldn't find him after the start of this game was his home smithing spot right here in Gaia's navel. But he's finally back home. Fond adieu to Nico and his overpriced merchandise. He had some good stuff at some points, but yeah, you can... Pretty sure we're at such a level that you can never overcharge us again, Nico. He's like, I'll find a way. I'll get to that sweet, sweet $8 million that you've got. Burn a hole in those pockets. And we take Larry back to her home of Pandora. Reconcile with her father here. We give her a nice nod as essentially signify that, hey, we're going back to Potos to stab everybody who isn't willing to welcome us back with open arms. She's like, don't kill everyone. Okay, go ahead and do it. I'm like, yeah, we might have to do that. Elliot and Timmy and the Elder. Go see Luca one more time. Still makes me laugh. Hey, you, where's Luca? So rude. Just completely out of character. There she is. Here we are back in Potos. Got no beef with the little girl, but everybody else can. They have it coming. Yes, big thanks to all my TAs. Fluff, all those facts, helping get us through this one. Gary with the boss beaters, Blaze with all the item guides. And it's time to put the sword back. Like that he chucks it from here, can't even be bothered to walk it back around. I don't know how I feel about the idea of putting that sword there. I feel like the next guy who pulls it out is going to have a ridiculously overpowered sword. Off of all of our work, but that's fine. And then, yeah, this is the scene. Always teared up a little bit here. When I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I know. It's a heavy moment. I'm still here, but unfortunately, you know, we can't be together anymore. As bittersweet as it gets, like saying goodbye to Gino in Super Mario RPG. And the game we did a recent class on here on Video Games 101. You can check that out in the link in the description. As he watches the sky right there. It's a lovely shot. I love this game so much. Thank you so much, class, for attending this one. Believe it or not, we have one last Fluff fact which is relevant to this screen we're seeing right now. Fluff, take us home, I guess.
Another fact to file under the mildly interesting category, the size or phase of the moon shown on the end screen will vary randomly based on your last loaded game file's checksum. The different phases have led players to wonder if this was a reflection of something they did in the game, like the level they finished on, but it truly is just random.
I could see that driving a lot of players mad. Thank you very much, Fluff. Excellent work today. We'll see you next week in the same spot for next week's class right here on Video Games 101. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and comment on this video and click subscribe if you haven't already, as this seriously helps me to keep making great content for you. And check the description of this video to see what song is playing right now.